Linda here, the Scrapbooking Photographer. Welcome to my channel and thanks for stopping by. Today is Tuesday's inspiration. So the inspiration has been my choice this week and I have gone with this. It's a marmalade themed mood board which fits in perfectly with a sketch that I've been wanting to do and had planned for weeks. Life kind of got in the way and it didn't happen, but I'm going to do it today, and that is day 8 of 30 Days of Sketches with Christie's Beautiful Life. And this sketch was put together by my friend Christine Steele Harden, and I just love it. As soon as I saw it, I knew exactly what I wanted to do. I've got the Mediterranean Blooms paper pack, and I've chosen 2 of the papers out of there which have these beautiful oranges on them, and they go really well with these photos. Now I've had it printed in 2 different sizes because I'm not sure which size is going to work the best, but it was some marmalade that my sister-in-law made when I was staying with her, and it is from Seville oranges, which she had delivered from the South Island. So we had a bit of fun making these photos. We had a whole series of photos, but this is the one I've chosen for today's layout. I've also got from Stampin Up Just a Note, cling stamp set, and the die cuts that go with it, and we'll use those in Christine's sketch as well. So Tuesday's inspiration is a hop that is a collaboration between myself, Mel from Mel W Scrapping, Hollie from Ivy Cole Creations, and Jen from Kaezmum Scrapbooking. I'll put the link below to the playlist for this year so you get to see all of the different videos that get done for this inspiration this week. So to go with this Mediterranean Blooms paper, I've chosen some garden green and some pumpkin pie, and I think we probably need something that's going to go almost full length, almost 11 inches across. 6 inches won't do it. Let's go for 8 down to here. I'm not very good at working this out myself, but I think 8 inches square will give me a diameter of 11, which is about what I want. So we'll go for it. Now these papers from Stampin' Up are two-toned, so we have a dark side on one side and a lighter side on the other. So I've chosen to go with the dark. I'll cut these squares out, 8 inches we said, didn't we? So 8 inches and 8 inches that way. And I've already cut the banner at the top, which I've made out of this beautiful, beautiful paper, and I've made it 3 inches wide, so that can go at the top. Put these to one side and bring in these 2. That's what we want, and that's what the sketch does as well. So I can move that over a little bit and trim that when we've stuck it down. Okay, then there's a little piece of, I'm using a Very Vanilla from Stampin' Up. The sketch is at about that wide, which measures out to, let's have a look. Oh, well, let's go 7. But it's not square, so I might go 7 by 9. I'm not quite sure how big that biggest photo is and whether I'll use the big one or the little one. That's why I got both printed. So if we put that sort of there. Now the photos, I did get this bigger one printed, but it might be too big. And then there's the smaller one. I think I might quite like it if it was mounted. I might mount it. That might look quite nice mounted, or I could mount it in this. That might look quite nice. A little bit busy perhaps? I don't think so. Maybe both. Maybe that and a little bit of pumpkin pie. Yes, that's what I'll do. Right, so I stuck that down. Now I just went for an extra 1/4 of an inch bigger than the photo. So the photos are 4 by 6, so I went 4 1/4 by 6 1/4, and that gives us an 1/8 around the outside. And then I added 1/2 an inch on top of that for the pretty paper, the designer paper underneath. So that gives us an extra 1/4 of an inch on all sides. And I'll put that in there, but I'm thinking I might just daub brown the outside with some pumpkin pie, and that will just help blend this piece. We won't see it all because the tag and the note paper on the other side will cover some of it, but just for the ease of getting it done, I will do all of it. And then I think I can probably stick it all together and then pop back to finish off with you. Right, so I've daubed all around the outside, and I think that just helps blend it a little bit. Now these two I'm going to stick down and sort them out, and I think the best way to do this is to put the green square onto the page pretty much centered, so we've got sort of an equal distance between the edge of the paper and the corners all the way around. And then I'll offset this pumpkin pie against it, and we know that some of it's going to sit over the side, but we can then trim that off. So if we get this sort of straight with the same amount of green showing underneath, and trim off upside down. Okay, and then I can add this in on the top, and it's starting to look exactly how I imagined it. Such a great sketch, Christine. If you're watching, thank you so much. And I just love this designer paper pack, Mediterranean blooms. Right, so we can pop that in there. Then to finish off, we've got our just a note pack. We've got the lines on here, and in the die cuts we have this piece of note paper, so I'm going to cut a piece of that out, and I think it probably needs to be in the white. And then I'll bring in the stamping foam. I really like that set. I haven't had a chance to use it before. It's cool. I haven't used this before either, so it's not going to be set up the way it should be, so perhaps we better just quickly do that. These rubber stamps are becoming a thing of the past. This set of just a note is still available as a bundle or as individually stamp or die. Personally, I think they go together really well because you've got the lines all here ready to stamp onto what you've cut out with the die cut. I'll just put this sticker on the back so we kind of know what we're stamping. I'll come back and do the rest later. So I'll just ink that up a bit, make sure we've got it over everything, and line it up. Cool. And we'll bring that in pretty central there, stick it down. Do my journaling on that, and I need a tag to come in here, which I will cut out of the remaining piece of that white willow that we cut that out of. Also from Stampin' Up, I have these paper tag dies. I love this set as well. Now we could do this one, which is fairly straight and sort of goes with the straight edges of that, or we could use that one that would bring in a little bit of curvature, and it's just slightly bigger. Maybe we could do both. I think we might start with the bigger one. I think maybe a green one that size and a smaller one in the white might be the way to go. The paper tag dies also come with a matching stamp set, but as tags they work really well just on their own. And in this set, linked together, there is a stamp that says enjoy, and I think that's going to work very well on there. Now I will do that in the pumpkin pie. I'll bring the stamping foam back in, and the pumpkin pie. I've put it on an angle because I want to bring a little bit of black in here and just write Seville Marmalade. Now my handwriting is not reliably neat, so I'm just going to wing it. Seville Marmalade by Sarah. There we go. Now we need a little bit of ribbon or something to come through there. And I also kept the little heart that came out of that tag, so I'm going to stick that on there as well. But I need to get the ribbon first. In the absence of any amazing ribbon that we can use, I'm just going to use a piece of string. It's quite solid, twiny type string. I'll loop that through. And let it go over there because it's sort of that kind of colour. It's going to make it a little trickier to put the heart in, but what we might do is stick the heart in first and then put this over the top of it. And we'll just add a little bit of adhesive to the page so that we can wind this around and have it stay in place. Okay, now for a couple of little embellishments, what I'm going to do is use this second piece of beautiful paper that has the oranges on it, and I'm just going to fussy cut out a couple of these to dot on the page. Now I won't ask you to watch me do this because it's a bit painstaking. So I'll cut these out and I'll be back in a minute so that we can pop them on the page. So I have cut 3 different segments out of that designer paper, and I'm thinking we can just add them along the bottom here. So one can come out here, one can come down over that corner, maybe there, and then this one I can put down there because I cut it out of the corner of the sheet, so it will fit quite nicely in there. This one I'm thinking could go there, that might be better. So we'll stick those down. I hope you've enjoyed watching this come together today. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, I'd really love it if you did. Looking for that next goal here of 1,000 subscribers, but I have a way to go, having just celebrated 500. So thank you to everybody who has already subscribed, and if you haven't, hopefully you've enjoyed this enough so that you're willing to push that subscribe button today. Oops, so let's put a little bit more under there, under these little loose bits, and one more big one up there. I just love when a page comes together the way you have it in your head. It's very, very rewarding. So I hope that works for you guys too when you come to do it. Right, so I'll just do a little bit of journaling and then add some bling. Right, so looking for a little bit of bling with nothing particularly orange in colour. I think I'm just going to go for a couple of little shiny bits. And put a couple of groups of 3 and then 3 more down here, and that will do us. So that is my page for today's Tuesday inspiration. Do check out what Mel, Hollie and Jen have done. Hollie's still moving, so there may not be one from her. Also the playlist for Tuesday inspiration and for 30 days of sketches with Christie's Beautiful Life. So that is a really good page to get done. Thank you so much, Christine, for the sketch. It's awesome. Happy crafting, everyone.